Welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at the brand new Quiet Carry Drift LC. LC standing for large contoured. As you can see there, the original Drift was a flat scaled titanium frame lock, and there's your size difference right there. So as you can see, it's a good bit larger if you go butt to butt. See the overall length. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the good, the bad. We're going to test out this steel, and we're going to see if this is worth your hard-earned money. The Drift LC has a nice broad blade on it, beautiful stonewash finish, and this one's in LC 200N, which is a nitrogen-based steel that is highly corrosion resistant, and it's a pretty good performer as well. You have a needle light point for piercing task. You do have some jimping right there. I call it medium traction jimping, nothing crazy. You have a great sharpening choil that should give you a lot of sharpening life before it starts to widen up in the back right here. This one has a high flat grind that comes down to around 15 thousandths behind the thinnest portion of that edge. So this thing should perform. Let's see. Man, oh man, this knife came so ridiculously sharp, and that high flat grind coming down to that pretty decently thin edge. It is blasting through the cardboard. I was in shock on how fast it was going through it. I managed to get that blade nice and hot because I was going so fast through the cardboard, which usually wrecks an edge. We'll definitely see what it does to it later on, but started doing cuts in different directions just to see how it went through the different type. You know, it feels different. That's what I'm trying to say. Since this one has the nice contoured scales, I was excited to test it on this piece of birch to test the ergo, see how that edge wanted to bite still. Now this piece of birch is nice and curvy. It had some knots in it, but you know, absolutely no hot spots. The clip stays out of the way. Those G10 scales with that texture are nice and grippy, not overly grippy. And I definitely probably could have done this for a lot longer. That's why I love some nice contoured scales, especially a fairly neutral handle. There's only one little choil area, and it fits my finger nicely, and it should fit most people's fingers nicely. But this thing felt really good in handle. Had a lot of power in that hammer grip. Nice blade shape for this type of work as well, but excellent A+. And with that twisty, knotty piece of birch. Now we move on to the 1/2-inch twisted sisal rope, and I was hoping it was going to do good, and man oh man, did this thing slice like a dream. It had a lot of aggression up there in the front where I'm cutting, nice and slicey, and it was powering through this rope so quickly and effortlessly. I was in awe. I'm really hoping it holds this edge through this test and through the next. But I've had pretty good experience with LC 200N. You know, it always seems to surprise me. We end up getting through 50 cuts, and I know I could have done more if I would have had more rope. I actually ran out of rope here. Got to order some more. So excellent job so far. Can't wait to see how it does on the rest. Here you can see why I like having that lower tip. This tip's a little bit above the pivot, so I had to lift the knife up high, and I didn't even really use the tip to do those drag cuts. But you can use that belly very well, and as you can see, it is still slicing like a madman. The thinner edge really helps it perform, and man, the aggression it still had when I got to this denim was unbelievable. Blasted through it, no problem. I ran out of the tubing, unfortunately. Let's test that edge. I think it's still pretty darn good. Wow. That's why I love me some LC 200N. Well, the performance didn't shock me at all because I haven't had any quiet carry knife that didn't perform good for me. Now let's take a look at this action. It's a blade hold deployer. You have good access to the blade hole, and this one is pretty much a reverse flick knife. That's its best form of deployment. You can thumb flick it, but it is a little bit harder, and you can slow roll it as well. It is riding on ceramic ball bearings with a ceramic detent ball, so this thing is wicked smooth. As you can see, it's nice and drop shut. Very smooth action. Let's take a look at the handle. This one has a beautiful texturing, like a 1911 grip, like a diamond texture. Very grippy G10. It's blue and black layered G10. They have other colors as well. You can see the nice layers here. That little spot right here cut out, it makes it great for your thumb to get in there to flick the knife. Beautiful contouring that feels nice in the hand. You got the signature 4 holes for, that's the quiet carry thing right there. Your screws are countersunk, pivots countersunk, and the body screw back here. Flip it over. You have some nice milling on the titanium here, carried over from this side. Then you have some micro milling on the frame as well. You have Torx T8 throughout, even right here on the hardened lock bar insert. You have a milled titanium pocket clip. Now it is tip up right hand carry only, unfortunately. And when I first saw this little cutout here, it's on both sides. I'm guessing that's to give it a little bit extra spring. I was worried that that was going to get hung up. And as you can see, they did a good job of rounding that over, and it's not that deep. So I had no issues with it going in and out of my pockets. Now you do have enough ramp underneath there to fit most of your jeans. You got tons of room under here. It does have some good spring to it. Goes in and out of the pocket nicely and completely disappears. As you can see, they have a hole on this side, but not on this side. That's for a hidden lanyard. As you can see in the integrated backspacer right here, you can see that hole where you could put a lanyard on this side so you don't have an extra hole on the show side of the scale. Love that. Black G10 backspacer on this one. You have some internal milling on this side. As you can see, you have an inset liner on the show side scale. And on the frame lock side, you don't have any internal milling. Let's see what it weighs. First in grams at 132.4 grams or 4.66 ounces. All right, let's take a look at the lockup. Mine is sitting at around 40% or so. Excellent access to that lock bar because it is cut out. You got a nice chamfer right there, so it's very easy to get to the lock bar. No problem whatsoever. I have absolute, when I say no play in any direction, I cannot muscle any side to side or up and down. Excellent job. Now for some quick size comparisons with the Quiet Carry Waypoint and the Quiet Carry Regular Drift. As you can see, it's bigger than both of these. Next, we have the Ontario Wrap Model 1 and the Quiet Carry 9. It's larger than the 9, it's smaller than the 1. Last, we have the Spyderco PM2 and the Hogue Ritter RSK. It's smaller than both of these, except you have more cutting edge than the PM2 and about the same as the Hogue Ritter. Nitpicks and complaints, all I have is nitpicks. I think it would have been nice to have it tipped for left-handed carry so you don't exclude that part of the market. They may come out with a left-handed version or might already have, I'm not sure. And the jimping could have been a little bit more aggressive, but it's not something that really bothers me. So those are nitpicks only. Other than that, it performed outstanding. It's super smooth. Now, this is a premium knife at a premium price tag because they're a small company. So that could be a negative for you. It comes in at $295. So you have to make that decision. I think it's well worth it. I can recommend it if you're okay with the price. It definitely put a smile on my face every step of the way. I've carried this quite a bit in the last month or so. And yeah, it has awesome action. It looks nice, especially if you like the reverse flick. This thing is excellent for that. You know, it had me just as excited as the Quiet Carry 9 that they dropped this year, and they have been absolutely killing it. I love their knives. I love the drift, but the drift was a little bit small for people with large, extra large hands. Waypoint's also an excellent one. As you can see, I absolutely love them. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one.